Yeah. Nigga that got spoiled off these fucking PJs. It's not like I'm too good at fly commercial. That shit just...
Yeah, because that's the thing with that short form content specifically.
Yeah. At 100 degrees, I freeze the temp.
Good morning and welcome back to a brand new video. It's a day after whatever video or clip you just saw last. Yesterday I went and got this chair that I just now realized said for gamers by gamers. Now, one of the things I dislike the most is when people look at my nice office productive setup that I have in my home or in my office here and be like, oh, that's a nice gaming setup. No, it's not for playing games, it's for getting work done, it's for productivity. It's not for playing no games. Oh well, it's just before 8 o'clock and I just got to the office here and we have some exciting things. Ta-da! These looks like weird creatures. But what it is that it's actually these little things you put inside of the shelf so you can hang stuff on it. And we're gonna go try one of these out now. So this is actually just support. They're not the most efficient things, but that's usually the thing when you're printing high free hanging objects like this. So we're gonna clear off the support and we're gonna head out here to the store area and we're gonna give these a try and we're gonna see if we can actually hang product on them, because if we do, then we're gonna start producing like 40-50 of these, because these shelves that we have are actually, they don't produce the perfect. Would you look at that? I mean, yeah, I don't think it should be any problems to magical. So yeah, we're gonna now, that works well. We're now gonna produce, I think, 40-50 of those and just start doing like 5 or 6 per day and then do that for 10 days. But now I am going to do some admin. I have a lot of new products to add. Like in the arborist world, there's a lot of new products being added all the time. So for example, yesterday we received a new type of rope. It's called the Koran Akka. It's used for rigging operations, and rigging operations is when you have a big tree, you have to take it down in chunks, for example. So we're gonna get those added to the website. Then in the evening we have some coding. I have some couple of meetings, and as well as some golf in a simulator between like 6 and 7. So 6-7 golf, and then I have a meeting at 8 and a meeting at 9, I think. So let's get into the day, man. What the fuck?
What's the error code you're getting? It's not something as simple as just your iOS dependency, you know?
Har någon av er någon certifiering eller någon bla 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 bla?
I'll go after, send a webhook back to the app once it's been approved in Stripe, so that we can have the status change in Firebase and therefore also the UI inside of the app.
Okay, it is a day from whatever clip you saw last. As you can probably tell, I'm spreading these clips out a little bit more now and just like making more longer types of vlogs. I just got an order for some Palm U bags from a retailer in Germany, quite a big retailer that sells to all types of companies. So they have just ordered 5 bags, which is quite a small order for a retailer, but I think they ordered 10 before, so maybe they have a couple left and want to just stock up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head into this area. So just for reference, this is the office, that's the store out there. We're gonna head into this area where we actually happen to have a sauna. So in here we got a sauna, and this is where we have the storage of all the Palm U bags. So quite interestingly, we have to now whip out one of these large ones. So I don't understand why the light flickers like this. So we're actually gonna take 5 bags, out of this and put them in the stock in the store here, because this store, today I sold 2 of these bags inside of the store, so we're now out of stock here. Or I mean, it's just in the bathroom, but you get what I mean. So we're gonna take those out and put them on the shelf out here, and then we're gonna put this away. Now, call them back in a second. Now, the thing is here, my philosophy is that once you're doing these things, especially to companies, they get so many of these deliveries every single day. So do we. So I know what it's like. It's like you just get it, you unpack it, there's nothing special about it. So I try to make it a little bit special. I've included a handwritten note in all of them, just saying thank you for ordering, etc. I fold that in there. We also have some of these posters, flyer things that I also include, quite a few, so that they can share them in their orders and boost sales, etc. We then have some key rings that can be assembled, like so. And then now, parchment paper that matches, so that it looks quite nice when you open it. Some Swedish candy. Boom. Now, when they get this delivered, you're gonna be like, oh wow, this was such a nice package. We really thought about the difference here. So, you know, you gotta make yourself stand out a little bit to seem like a very good, nice supplier. And we're gonna cut this box down a little bit. Once this is done, we come over here, which is where we book shipping. So then we hop into this program, and we have this supplier saved actually because we've shipped to them before. So then we don't need to input addresses and all that types of stuff. So actually what we do is we hop on this where we have, so actually they bought a sample not too long ago. So then we can do repurchase. And all we need to do now is we need to enter the dimensions of the box. So I happen to know that it's 40 times 30. Boom, and that's done. So now it will print out here a shipping label. Just grab this label, stick it on there, and then over here, throw it on the outgoing stuff for today. So that was a messy segment. I apologize greatly, but you get the gist of it. And that is how we process and pack orders that are going out to distributors from my rope bag brand called Palm U Bags. Okay, what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna assemble one of these tactical, move it up a little bit, tactical snooze holders. So these are, in Sweden, a lot of people have these like chewing tobacco sin, that's what they call it in the rest of the world. Zimbabwe, sin is not a sin, you've seen the memes. But we're gonna take this little guy and we're gonna assemble it, and then we're gonna actually ship it out in an order, because this is what we sell from the 3D print farm that's right next to the office here. And then it prints a bunch of these with the support we have right now. It prints these things with support, and then you have to just disassemble it. So take all the stuff out of the, like these types of things. You see, there's some ugly things. So you just grab them and you jank it a little bit, like so, and then you're good to go. With these things, or some of these things, it can be nice to have some glue like this, so that you can put some glue inside of these holes, for instance. Boom, and just like that it's assembled. So this is what it looks like when you store it inside your harness. You click that, it opens, and you can put your Swedish snooze in there. So that's pretty cool. It's a great little product. We actually sold a lot of these. But I have to assemble them all by hand, and it takes like 5 minutes, so I'm not sure that it's worth it. Probably worth it. We're gonna pack this in order. Then in 15 minutes we have a meeting with my development companion in Uruguay about Parenter. The shit I do in a day. Jesus, it's packing orders, it's shipping out bags, it's assembling 3D printed snooze holders for harnesses. So we're gonna do that, then we're gonna try to hit the gym, and then do some coding. Looking through the coding would be nice for us to add in the future, but there's a lot of those like relatively small things that are not gonna affect the performance of the app that we can do later on. Ja, det kan ju bli mycket. Booga. Alright, it is 7:22. I stayed here a little bit longer than I thought. I haven't been super productive, to be honest. I have tested the app a little bit, the app that we just pushed, Parenter. I have also done some emails, done some orders for the store here, but I didn't go to the gym. This is my Whoop. I'm not sure if you can see the stats there, but it's red and I can really feel it. Recovery 29%, strain 12.4. I'm not sure how that happened today. Heart health monitor, warning, heart rate variability is too low. So yeah, I was like, nah, fuck it, we're not going to the gym today, we're taking it tomorrow instead. But now it's 7:22. I'm gonna go home, get some food in me, and take a shower, you know, take a deep breath, and then get back to it, you know. Now I gotta have a focused at least 2 hours tonight, just so I can get some stuff done. But that shouldn't be a problem at all. It's only 7:22, so we We good. Let's head back home. Now, I did say that I wasn't super productive, which is true. I scrolled Instagram a little bit. I watched a YouTube video. I wasn't super productive, but I still got some work done. It's now 7:30. It's a Friday evening. Just a parking lot outside my office. Look at that. Nobody. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we are going to the moon. We're doing it different. We are hitting it not every day. We're hitting it most days, and we're making progress. We're getting better. We're improving. We are building cool things which are gonna be meaningful in the future. And it's gonna pay off. Nights like this really turn into something good. Now, I was expecting that to be a lot more of a meaningful rant, but I'm tired. As you saw, Whoop recovery is 26%. So I'm gonna shut up and head home. Oof, okay, so we're finishing off with some errors here. So I spent the evening now coding and working on some features, and now I'm realizing that this is a little bit of banking. Like we're doing some banking stuff inside of this app, which is quite interesting. So inside of this app, there will be a feature to kind of like a cost splitting app where if there's a class event, for instance, then a class parent can say, I want all parents to pay me $10. So we need to facilitate that through Stripe so that all other parents can pay this one parent $10. But the way we're doing it is that we're adding all of these payments into a parent's Stripe account. And then they're going to be able to make a withdrawal from Stripe using that. Or actually, we're adding it to our Stripe account. And then, because then we're going to be able to manage refunds. And then we make a payment to the admin person's Stripe account as parenter. Now, this is all pretty much set up, but it turns out that now we're actually becoming a little bit of a bank, because once you make a payment to a parenter, or I'm saying I'm a contractor on this app, but I'm heavily invested, so you get what I'm saying. But once you made a payment to parenter, then parenter is holding this money for a little while. Technically, holding this money, it doesn't own the money, but it's been lent the money, kind of, and it's gonna send that back to another parent. So for a little while there, you are a bank, and therefore we need to collect from all of the people we make a payment to, like customer knowledge, so we know that we're not funding, or banks know that we're not funding terrorist groups, etc., etc. You know, the whole jibber jabber. So that is actually all set up, and now this is just the test screen inside of the app. So you're gonna be able to press here, start Stripe onboarding, like so, and now we get an error because we haven't set up the business. Because we haven't set up the business info in Stripe yet. But once that is set up, one is actually going to be able to set up an account through Stripe as a parent and then start receiving payments for the classes that they're admin for when there's a money pooling related event. So quite fun, quite interesting. I'm definitely learning a lot. I've never worked with Stripe. I've worked with Stripe once actually, but I haven't worked with like pooled payments in a crowdfunded way like this. So I've taken payments from Stripe, but I've never then registered a customer or a parent account or an admin account and then made another payment. So that's new and that's quite fun. Now we all did release a new version of this app today, which was I'm a little bit disappointed with it actually. We've spent quite some time. We've improved the backend quite a bit. We've changed the architecture entirely. So there's going to be a big difference in terms of scalability, and also you can feel the speed of it. Like it's a lot snappier now than it was before. Like everything's preloaded. We go there because everything's done through models and providers. So when the app loads, we load a bunch of providers, and then we're able to access those providers inside of the app at different points, which is what speeds it up quite a bit. So that's quite fun. Now, I'm gonna call it a day there. It is 10:28. My Whoop is telling me that I am not burnt out, but it's telling me I'm 26% recovered, and that I should have gone to bed an hour ago. So I'm going to follow its advice, and I'm going to do as it says. And I'm going to shut this down here, and I'm going to head to bed. Now, this was a very spread out, messy video. I'm going to try to do some of these longer types of vlogs, and obviously this was a very interesting week. Next week I'm going to India, for instance, so that's going to be a lot more interesting, and we're going to be doing some cool stuff like that. But I'm going to try to make these videos longer, and then also add in a more value-added video that can actually provide value, like maybe showing this Stripe type of stuff, maybe showing Notion, maybe showing how I structure these projects, etc. But if you like the type of content, then feel free to subscribe down below. You'll also be able to find this Notion template that I've talked about and that I use to structure my day in the link below. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.